Hi everyone, so this is the first video that I am recording, and I am trying to make this a habit that after each day ends, I would be posting what I did in my entire day. So currently it's 26th of June, and to give you a context, uh, what I did today is basically I started researching about few jobs. Why jobs? Because I left my job on 12th of June and it was my last working day there. I didn't serve any notice period, and the job was very decently paid. I think um, it's more than the average what people get after their college years, and it was a very good job. But I thought that my growth in that company would not be that great, so I decided to quit. After quitting, I think I got a lot of perspective as to why I should not quit and why I should have continued working with the same company and then looked for other opportunities. But nevertheless, I made this mistake, and sometimes I think these mistakes could be fruitful or they could turn blunder, but I think everything would depend on me, and if I am doing things correctly, nothing would be that much of difference. Nothing would make that much of difference in life. So what I am planning is I would be updating everything that I did for my entire day, and this would act as um, a testament as to how hardworking I am. It would show me mirror that okay, I am not working this that great, and it would set some accountability to myself. I think this would be a very great idea. I'm not making this for everyone to see, but it's basically for me. It's basically making me accountable, and if someone finds anything that they can learn from, it would be a great to have. So for today, I think I not wasted, but I enjoyed my day. So in the starting, I watched Asur series, and you can think that this is rubbish. Like you don't have jobs for 15 days and you are watching movies and all. But I think I haven't watched it for 1 year. So it's been 1 year that I haven't watched any series. So that was a mind freshment for me. And in the evening, I went out with my friends. They were school friends. We met after 6 years, I think, and it was a great meeting. And now I have decided um, that I would be following schedule, and this I have learned from my friend. Like he maintains a regular calendar, and so I'm planning that I would be maintaining a regular calendar of the day, so that I get to know where I'm lagging and in which part I am progressing a lot. So to give you a fair bit of idea as to what I am planning currently is, so there is CAT exam in November and it's 26th of June. So basically complete 5 months. So if I can dedicate these 5 months rigorously with complete dedication, and if I can make use of these 5 months, I think I can crack this exam. And I'm not sure, maybe uh, getting 100 percentile would be a difficult task, but it is achievable, I think, for me, and I can do it. So I'm planning that I would be doing so. As to why I am giving this cat, um, I think my behavior, what I believe is I like talking to people, and that gives me immense pleasure. So for me, connecting to people one on one and knowing their things, you know, knowing people in general makes me happy, and anything equivalent to that in corporate world would be somewhere where you would be dealing with people, managing people, or dealing with clients. So all these things would make sense, I think, for me. This is my point. But when I see the work that after MBA students are doing, so basically there are 5 or 6 fields where they are going. So HR, I cannot do HR. Why? Because I think HR is a very tough job. It's a people job, but when you need to move someone out of your company, and it's no fault of theirs. I mean, people go through a lot of difficult times during that day, and HR has to maintain like relation with people inside the company, outside the company. They have to maintain some culture, and it's not a very easy task as what people presume to be, but it's a very difficult task for me at least. Then comes the sales. I think sales depends a lot on what your nature is. If you really love like talking to people, you really love explaining people things, and you have somewhat of a punter mindset, I think you can go in sales. I think I lack those things. So I would not be trying for sales, but if somebody is offering me sales role, it would be like a nice learning phase for me. But I definitely would not be like focusing more on sales. I think sales becomes the most crucial part of any company, because you can design product, you can develop product, but if the product is unable to sell, if you are not able to generate any revenue through selling, I think no great product would be considered successful in those terms. So I think sales is a very tough job. I don't know whether it's meant for me or not, but I highly doubt, because it's very stressful, like being in a sales. And to anyone who has been to a low-end sales role, I think he has seen it all. He has seen everything. Then the next role is consulting. I think consulting is what excites me the most, but it would be the most hard thing to get into, because I don't have any consulting background. I don't know how the people judge the profile, but I know for a fact that people look for spikes in the CV when they shortlist the candidates, because there are multiple of resumes and all of them are topper when they are coming to a top big school. So for them, like shortlisting any profile would not be a easy task. So they look for things that is extraordinary in that person, or things that he has achieved over or beyond means of a normal person, like playing international sports, or representing India at some level, or like being topper at something. So you need to have that spikes in your CV. I don't have those spikes, but I wish that I can go into consulting, because I think that world excites me most about MBA. And it's basically the problem solving, looking into different industries. And for me, I think I get bored easily, so I don't want to do something that is very monotonous, and therefore I am looking for consulting roles in any company. It would be hard not to crack, but I would go for it. Then there is the role of like product manager. Product manager is basically manager that is linked between the tech and the upper management, or the CEO, CTOs. So he's like a bridge between these two, like the technical side and the people side, or the business side. So he connects both, and he has to have knowledge of both these things. He has to manage everything in between these roles, and he does not have a power as such, because he is in equal level with the colleagues in both technical and like non-technical domains. So to convince people to work for you, even if you are at the same level, I think that's a really big challenge. But um, I think you get to know a lot about what the product and what the business is, so you have knowledge of both these things. So that's one thing that I am up for. And then next role is finance. So I love like basic finance stuff, but when it comes to Excel sheet and like bar graph, charts and all these things, I think um, seeing that things does not makes me happy as such. I'm not into those reading charts, numerical methods, numbers, statistics. So these things did not excite me, because I think these things are monotonous. So you need to find patterns, but things usually follow certain patterns. So that becomes less exciting over the years. So like being in finance, personally, I think I would like, but being in finance industry and managing other people's money, uh, that is a very, I think, high pressure task, because you are using someone else's money to make them grow. These are like 4 5 fields that you generally get after MBA, and I'm looking for consulting, product management role basically. Then my next role would be sales, if you give the priority order. Then it would be finance, and last would be the HR role, I think. So this was my perspective. And coming to tech, I think tech as a domain is constantly evolving. I am not sure whether I would be like switching different technologies or learning new stuff, because every time there is a new technology coming up in the market, and it's hard to like be relevant in today's day and age, because every few months you get a new update, you get something new about that is an improved version. Sometimes it gets adopted really quickly, and sometimes it just becomes a fad. So uh, I think it's a very nice sector to be in. That's why I love tech, but I don't know that I would be that much capable of learning things when I would be at my 35 or 36 age. Um, Tech is a very rewarding career, I can say that, because the starting salaries that people get, and the amount of entrepreneurship that is possible through tech, and people have shown it. I think it's commendable. But I think that the nature of tech is changing, and it will always change as the society would grow. Uh, they would find newer ways to entertain themselves, and tech being that enabler would really help. So I'm really big. I think I'm really bullish about the gaming sector. Um, I don't think that metaverse is having that much utility, but it could be used in like virtual environments for offices and all. But I think it's a very limited set of scope. Blockchain, I think the whole fad about these tokens and meme coins, I think it has ended. It would start again, because I think I have seen the pattern that once it get fade away, then some hype is being created, and then some other currency or some other stuff is being pushed, and people get into this trap, and then the markets fell, the great investors take out the money, and the other investors cry, and then there is like 5 6 years of drought for markets in Bitcoin. So but the technology of blockchain, which is like securing things and maintaining a ledger, I think that technology is useful. The thing being that it should be decentralized. The concept is good, but I think no government would allow this, because it would be snatching away a lot of powers from them. They could be small knit communities that can leverage these things. So I think this would be a community led thing, and the future is mostly community driven. So we would be living in different silos. As such, it would not be a actual silo, but silo where we have a limited set of information that we want to see, and that's a really difficult situation to be in. But I think that would benefit companies more and more, and the last earners would be the IT sector employees, no, IT sector's employees, and their company profit would grow. So yeah, my update. I watched Asur. I met out my friends, and then I would be studying for few hours. Then next day I would be planning really great. So this is my current update.